Tonight, we report on the approximate age of the bones found near Crescent Bar and a shooting in Royal City that left a man injured. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Moses Lake High School girls picked up a first-round win at the state basketball tournament this afternoon. Stick around to find out who they beat and who they play next. Let's take a look at our Weather Center forecast.
And here in the weather department, we're looking for a nice start to the weekend. Saturday looks great. Sunday a little unsettled. We'll have the details later on in the newscast.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Bones found near Crescent Bar are at least 75 years old. The Grant County Coroner's Office responded to the shore of the Columbia River on Wednesday, where a man found the bones during a walk a day earlier. Coroner Craig Morrison determined the bones don't have any forensic value, meaning even if a crime was committed, there isn't any way to use them in a criminal prosecution. The state doesn't have a legal definition for when bones lose their forensic value. It's generally perceived to be when the bones are 75 years or older. Morrison said it's possible the bones are hundreds or thousands of years old. The remains were given to the state's Department of Archaeology and Historic Preservation in accordance with state law. The bones were revealed after the water level dropped in the Columbia River, after the Grant PUD released water to lower the reservoir behind Wanapum Dam to relieve pressure on a crack in a support pillar. An elderly man was injured in a gang-related shooting last night. The man was sleeping in the front bedroom of a home in the 4000 block of Road 10.4 Southwest when someone fired 2 shotgun rounds at the residence. Witnesses reported seeing a Hispanic male run from the scene and get into a car which sped away towards Royal City. The witnesses weren't able to provide any further details. The victim received a minor wound and declined medical treatment. Investigators believe the shooting was gang-related and targeted the victim. The Grant County Sheriff's Gang Unit is investigating. Quincy School District is getting a new police officer. The City Council approved an agreement with the district to provide a school resource officer to the district for the 180 regular school days during the year. The move came after the former security director for the district, Gus Winter, left the district this summer. The district approached the city to see if it would be willing to provide a school resource officer to take Winter's place. With the agreement, the city will supply the officer, the training, and the equipment, and the district will pay for the time the officer is at the district, according to city records. If you heard sirens or saw all the police in Soap Lake on Wednesday afternoon, it was allegedly Lamar Dana leading police on a chase. The U.S. Marshals Service and the Grant County Sheriff's Office were searching for Dana, a 31-year-old Soap Lake man, because of outstanding warrants for failing to appear in court on charges of riot while armed and possession of a controlled substance. Officers found Dana in a car at a gas station at the corner of State Route 28 and Division Road. When Dana spotted the officers, he fled, driving through several residential yards and a fence in Soap Lake before he turned north on State Route 17. The pursuit ended after he allegedly turned on Road 23 Northwest and hit an irrigation district gate. Dana received minor injuries in the crash and was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital for treatment before being booked into the Grant County Jail. In a tight vote last night, the Soap Lake City Council ended municipal garbage service to contract with a private company. Mayor Raymond Gravel said moving to a contract with Consolidated Disposal Service will save the city about $30,000 a year. The council was split, with 3 members in favor and 3 opposing the change. The mayor cast the deciding vote. The Soap Lake City Council also approved replacing the sewer lines along Main Avenue and Division Street beginning in April. The City Council last night awarded the contract to Selland Construction of Wenatchee. The company submitted the low bid of $465,000 for the project. The bid was $30,000 below an engineer's estimate. Now we take a look at individuals wanted by the Department of Corrections.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.
Hey, how do you TDM?
Fish taco.
Chicken burrito. No. Chicken taco. I mean,
I want fire on my burrito. I want jalapenos. I want habanero sauce. I want it hot, hot, hot.
Rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, and that is it.
I like nachos. I like nachos.
2 pork tacos with creamy chipotle sauce, and make it a combo.
Love fish tacos.
Gotta be fresh, gotta be fast, gotta be to go, gotta get out of here.
Stop by today and TDM with our new creamy chipotle sauce.
Hi, I'm Chuck DeMuerler, the new manager at Furniture West. Furniture West has been a part of the Moses Lake community for over 30 years. My team and I have expanded our inventory to meet our customers' needs. We have over 100 recliners in stock. We have a fantastic sleep center with dozens of mattress choices from the best brands in the business. Come see our great kids section with some of the most fun kids furniture you will find anywhere. We are your source for power reclining furniture. Check out our new selection today at 117 West Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake.
Hi everybody, meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News. Your weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota Dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, the weekend outlook, I know it's another 36, 48 hours away, but let's start taking a look at the weekend because I know many of you are having some plans and we're looking at a half and half weekend. The better of the 2 days looks to be Saturday. So it looks like great through tomorrow into Saturday. Unsettled though, developing late Saturday through much of Sunday, improving late in the day. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks very nice. No promises after Wednesday though. Looking at the daytime high today, 55. Normally 50 is the average, way above that, and 42, way above the normal low of 30 degrees. Now last night, before midnight, we picked up 0.35 of an inch of precipitation in the old water bucket here in Ephrata, but since midnight, nothing. So zippo. In fact, the same story in Moses Lake, 0.28 of an inch. It was rather a wet, soggy evening last night, wasn't it? But things improved around the midnight hour and nothing since then. 56 and 45, the extremes. Again, an above normal day, and that's generally the category we will fall into the next several days in the above normal category. 52 degrees right now with partly mostly cloudy skies. The winds are settling on down. Boy, they were gusty, 20, 30 miles an hour today due to a system coming in from the west. And again, that is now saying goodbye to us overnight tonight. It's shaping up to be a very nice Friday, very nice Saturday, I should say. But by Saturday night, Sunday, a little moisture coming our way. That's why we're looking for a little unsettled weather late Saturday through much of Sunday before we improve for the early portion of the work week next week. More specifically, west of the Cascades, a few sprinkles possible the further you get to the coast. But really, from border to border, much of the state is looking very nice. The inland northwest, upper 40s Tri-City zone, near 60. In fact, let's zoom in on our area, the Columbia Basin. Also, a few of us might actually clip that 60-degree mark, so a touch of spring. But in the higher elevations up towards our northeast, you see only near 50 in northeastern sections, also in the higher elevations to our northwest, looking at Bridgeport near 51. So a little cooler as you get higher up in the mountains, of course, which is normal, of course. Taking a look at the specifics for the next 7 days. Let me get out of the way so you can enjoy this because Friday and Saturday really looking very nice in the mid to high 50s. As I mentioned, would not be surprised one or two of us clip 60. Clouds to start the day, Sunday. Overnight, some showers, rain. Clearing on out, though. We still approach the 60-degree mark. And look at this, all the way to midweek, looking very nice until late in the work week. Well, keep it right here because you know what? Sports is next.
It's a fact. Toyota offers 10 different vehicles with available 4 or all-wheel drive. So when you need to drive in challenging conditions, we have your answer with great limited time savings, including the new 2014 Tundra. Choose from excellent cash back savings, a low payment lease, or special financing as low as 2.9%. Tundra, ready to take you down winter's toughest roads. Discover Toyota's 4 and all-wheel drives for yourself. Visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Doc, your 1 o'clock's here, but our network is down. What do you want me to do?
I just noticed. Call JL Computers. He's probably already on it.
Computer systems and networks are not only vital to doing business, they are often the key to efficiency and profitability. At JL Computers, we offer continuous monitoring of your system and provide immediate support when something goes wrong. Call today and talk to our certified technicians about your needs.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Moses Lake girls basketball team picked up a first-round win at the 4A Girls Hardwood Classic at the Tacoma Dome today. Emily Olson drained 17 points and hauled down 9 rebounds, and the Moses Lake Chiefs turned back the Arlington Eagles 46-28 to advance to the second round of the state basketball tournament. The win puts Moses Lake against the winner of the Inglemoor-Mount Rainier game at 5:30 p.m. on Friday. James Paxton allowed 2 hits and 3 scoreless innings, and Nick Franklin drove in 2 runs Wednesday in the Seattle Mariners' 8-5 loss to the Cleveland Indians. Cleveland starter Travis Banwart lasted just 2/3 of an inning and allowed 4 runs and 3 hits, including a leadoff homer by Abraham Almonte. Banwart left the bases loaded, and Nick Hagedorn walked Michael Sanders and gave up Franklin's 2-run single. Pinch hitter Francisco Linder, a 20-year-old top prospect, hit a tie-breaking double off of Danny Farquhar in a 3-run ninth. Ryan Rayburn made it 5-all with a 2-run homer in a 4-run seventh against Lucas Lutke. Robinson Cano singled in the game, and Kyle Seeger doubled. Both players scored a run. Former Seattle Seahawks cornerback Brandon Browner has been reinstated by the NFL following his suspension in December for violating the league's policy on substance abuse. The NFL and NFL Players Association announced the joint decisions in a statement Wednesday after Browner revealed the news on Twitter. Browner was suspended indefinitely without pay by the league December the 18th. Browner's contract with the Seahawks expires March the 11th, and he will be eligible to sign with the club and participate in off-season and preseason activities. If he complies with the terms of the substance abuse policy and program, he will be fully reinstated after serving a 4-game suspension without pay at the start of the regular season and forfeiting another additional 4 weeks of pay. Stanford is going to the NCAA tournament again, likely as a #1 seed. California, Oregon State, and Arizona State are almost assured of joining the Cardinal after all finished with at least 21 wins in the regular season. The question for the Pac-12 is whether anyone else can play their way into the NCAAs with a strong performance in the conference tournament this week at Key Arena in Seattle. The tournament gets started today with UCLA facing Colorado, USC against Arizona, Washington State against Oregon, and Washington taking on Utah. Stanford, California, Oregon State, and Arizona State all receive first-round byes after finishing in the top 4 of the conference standings. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Are you worried that your home might not meet today's safety standards? Eastern Washington Home Inspection standards for home safety are among the highest in the industry. We provide the highest level of inspection service and provide a detailed report with digital photos of any structural damage or other problems that might make your home unsafe. Our head inspector, Dennis Chamberlain, along with his son Cody, are fully qualified inspectors who make your safety their priority. We inspect for your peace of mind. Call us at 509-347-6425.
My mom was never comfortable in any of her chairs. Getting in and out of them was hard on her joints. We found a solution at In-Home Medical. They have a great selection of lift chairs. Many cost less than national brand recliners. Some even featuring heating and vibration for added comfort. They can take her from a flat sleeping position to nearly standing. We found everything she needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
For our Spotlight story tonight, we have a legislative update from State Representative Judy Warnick.
Supplemental budgets have been released. What is your take on them?
Well, they're not as far apart as what I thought they were going to be at the beginning of session. And these are supplementals, so they're smaller than what we are used to debating on the House floor. But they are budgets that I think I can get behind most of the aspects of them.
You voted for a proposal that would require paid signature gatherers to register with the Secretary of State, as well as companies that hire signature gatherers. Why did you vote yes?
Well, this was not a real clear-cut vote for me because I very much respect the initiative process and the rights of people to gather signatures for those initiatives. However, this bill focused just on the paid signature gatherers. It's kind of like lobbying here. Our lobbyists in Olympia must be registered. These folks must be registered. The cost, it's very insignificant, and so I wanted a way to know who the paid signature gatherers are.
There's a proposal to increase school construction funding by using lottery revenues for bonding. What do you think about this idea?
Well, it's very intriguing, and actually the bill has gone off the House floor, and I supported it. Every town hall, every meeting that I have with more than 3 people, they want to know why the lottery is not supporting education any longer, or it doesn't seem to be supporting education. This is a way to do that, to provide funding for schools that don't have the extra money to increase their schoolrooms for smaller class sizes for the all-day K. This will help with the McCleary decision, so I did support that and get back to what the lottery was originally meant for. I do want to hear from folks, so if you can't make the time to come to Olympia like some of our constituents have, be sure and give us a call, send us an email, write us a letter. We love to hear from our constituents back.
We will be right back after this.
A massage at Not Released Therapies is far more than mere luxury. We strive to improve your health and well-being in the process. The stress of everyday life adds up and can cause depression, even bodily harm. That's why our professionals make it their mission to rejuvenate your body and mind. Enjoy the benefits of body wraps, sunless airbrush tanning, aroma steam therapy, and much more. In our opinion, everyone deserves a day of relaxation and peace of mind. Not Released Therapies in Moses Lake, where relaxation means good health.
Let's go back to where better ingredients, better pizza first began.
Road trip. Wow, 1984.
Let's celebrate.
Celebrate 30 years of Papa John's. Get a large one-topping pizza for just 30 cents when you buy any large pizza at regular menu price.
30-cent pizza. Now that's pretty cool.
This is what's cool.
No, that's just wrong. Stick to better ingredients.
Better pizza?
Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Please.
In Northwest news, a small landslide in Washington state has already damaged one house. Officials worry it could turn into an even bigger problem. Trees and mud slipped down the hillside, smashing into this house. The slide ripped apart the walls and shifted the house off its foundation. Nobody was inside the house at the time. This isn't far from another landslide that closed the same highway 2 weeks ago. Forecasters warn more rain could mean even more landslides. A 14-inch fuel pipeline is buried in the ground near Auburn. The line hasn't been damaged, but engineers are paying attention to the shifting soil. Workers have found more waste leaking between the walls of a nuclear storage tank on the Hanford Nuclear Reservation. The waste was found in a new place between the walls of tank AY-102. It is dry waste covering an area of 7 feet by 21 inches. The Tri-City Herald reported today that no waste is believed to have escaped into the soil beneath the tank. Hanford authorities have known the tank was leaking for about a year. State officials have urged the U.S. Department of Energy to empty the tank and have criticized federal officials for not taking action. Heavy steel beams tore through a truck and nearly hit the driver. When you see the video of the accident in Oregon, you'll wonder how the man survived. Mike Benner picks up the story.
I'm very lucky.
This was the last thing Jack Phillips expected to be doing tonight, cleaning out the cab of his truck. But he had no choice. After an accident, you have to see to believe.
All the police officers said I needed to buy them lottery tickets. So, yeah, I was very fortunate today.
That's an understatement. Phillips was driving this 18-wheeler when another trucker cut him off.
His trailer took out my left front fender, my rear view mirror.
If only that was the worst of it. Phillips was forced to slam on the brakes, causing 30,000 pounds of steel to shift on his trailer.
Didn't know what to do but duck my head and hope for the best.
Steel beams came barreling into the back of the cab.
I went right past my head, right past it, yeah. Inches past my head. So, yeah, I was very lucky. If you look in the cab, the only place that's not crumpled is my seat and steering wheel. The dash is gone, everything's gone. You know, I was just very lucky.
Lucky is certainly one way to describe it. If you ask the officers on scene,
it's absolutely amazing that he came out unscathed. Absolutely amazing.
An amazing story of survival that Jack Phillips will be sharing for some time.
Maybe it hasn't sunk in yet, but at this point I'm just thankful. I guess I'm more sad about my truck.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.